Hi everyone. It's early in the morning. It's like 5:57. I've been up all night though. I haven't been asleep. That's why I really don't have the light on because I'm in bed and I'm just I don't want to turn the light on. I'm not in a bad mood or anything like that. I'm actually happy considering I haven't been asleep. But I'm happy because of God. He's been doing some amazing things for me my whole life. And in this last year, he has really things have happened. Okay, it's not that things have happened. It's just things have always happened to me, and I can tell now because of the way I react to the things that's happening to me now. I can tell that I was being trained or um, not trained, but I was being guided by God. And at first I was scared. I was scared. It started when when I was young, as I could remember. I was at my grandma's house and I was like, oh God, if there's a God, then I'll be back with my mom. And I'll be back with my mom. And I'll be like, if there's a God, I'll be back with my grandma. I'll be back with my grandma. And then finally I was like, God, but every time I asked him anything, I don't care what it was, I don't care. Whatever I asked for, sometimes if I didn't get it, it was because I didn't need it. Because when I did get it, I didn't even know what to do with it. It was only certain things I knew what to do with. Considering what the world think. I'm making these videos because they like way overdue. And I was asking God last week for a confirmation on when should I do them, because I see everybody end time dream videos and I be like, oh, them sound like math. I need to tell math. But I didn't feel like I was worthy enough to get on YouTube or anything and talk about God. Just because of my lifestyle, I'm not the way I should be. I still smoke weed and I'm not proud of none of that. It's just that God, Paul was in jail when he wrote the book of Philippians. So I went in jail, but I was trapped in the addiction. Addiction is like being in jail. I don't know, but I felt like I wasn't worthy. What if I make a mistake and curse? I don't want to ever disrespect God. And I'm having a hard time with giving my life all the way to Him because I think it's because of the weed and stuff. But it's so like when you trap unless you give it all to God, and I must be holding on to something, and I can't say that I wouldn't agree that I might be holding on to some things knowingly and unknowingly. But God is the chain breaker, and I wanna tell stories. I just didn't wanna embarrass my Lord, like give me a curse or be acting ghetto and because I wasn't raised in the best home, but I was raised in the blessed home. My home was blessed. Any home I was in was blessed. We didn't have a home, me and my mama and us all the time. We was like those kids that was at our cousin's house all the time and they mama, and that was our auntie, they baby sister. So, and we woke up to, majority of my young life, I woke up to getting prayed over at 3 o'clock in the morning, getting holy oil put on my forehead. I thank God. I thank God for my aunties. Lord, I thank you so much for them. Oh, because what if my mama would have been just like everybody else's mama? Well, not everybody else's mama, let me say. What if my mama would have been in a home all the time? She wouldn't took us to church and prayed over us like that. I wouldn't have never. So I love my mama for who she was, mistakes and all. Like, this is so real. I don't care. I never cared. I never cared about none of that. No, none of the material stuff. But the weed got a hold of me. Them demons, them weed demons, them addictive spirits, period. And it just, in my family. When my grandma died at 52 from a heart attack, my mama died at 54 from a heart attack. And I just like, I don't be scared because I don't be scared I'm gonna die from drugs. Because I know God made me for a purpose. I think he made me to break the chains. A generation that's my mama, her mama, you know, because somebody gotta do it. And I know he chose me to do it. And I've been letting him down for so long, and that's why I'm like, I gotta get this stuff out, because not only do I don't want him to be upset with me when he asked me, Monique, why you didn't tell these people these dreams you had and these things you know, your testimonies and everything. But I do tell people. I only tell some because people act funny with me. Like people always act funny with me. I could feel a spirit on man. I just could feel it. I used to keep myself like I do right now, Steve, but it's different. Like I said, with the times, everything different. I handle things differently. I always been an in-house type of person. And I was okay with that. But then at the time, I wasn't. But that was me. And now I'm going back to me, in-the-house person. Because that's just me. That's just how God made me to be. And I always been an in-house person. But, and I said all that just to clarify the fact that God been in my life my whole life. And when like I said, when I look back, I feel some type of way that I didn't give my life to him, but I needed to make every mistake I made in order to get the fullness of the reward. Because when I go to make up for my mistakes, I am going to make up for them. So I'm going to get my reward in heaven. That's why all I want my reward. Since I've been little, all I want my salvation. I didn't even know what it meant, but I wanted it. Hallelujah. But so when I was like, when I went back to my grandma thing, and I'd be like, Grandma, I'm gonna go, God, if there's a God, let me go back. Okay. So I had to be like 7, 8, 9, 10, up in there. So finally, because my mom was out of our life for a second, me, my sister, my brother. She was a back and forth because she, you know, that's when the crack pandemic, when they put crack on the street. They put crack out here and guns out here, and then gonna take all the black men to jail. Like they could bring that stuff over here, period. However they got over here. But anyway. So I remember this specific time I was like 12 years old. And Mary J. Blige, I came out. And then some tapes was out. Because I'm 38. But that's when Mary J. Blige was out. And I was like, God, if you want me, I want to be saved. I told my auntie, I brought me the tape. You know, she my auntie. You know, that's right before she was breaking. Right before she got into the Christian life, she was coming. My other auntie was bringing her in. God sent her one of my aunties out to bring some more back. Just like that. And the more he sent out, the more we bring back. That's what we got to do. We're gonna be fishing. We're gonna be fishermen of souls. We're gonna bring back souls instead of fish. We're gonna go out and fish and bring back souls instead of fishes. If that's the Lord will. Hallelujah. But so I stomped the tape out. I want you, God. And then when I'm talking, my morning prayer popped up and it said, God is the reason why you are strong today. And I have to agree with that. But I'm getting happy like I've been asleep. And this video might be, I don't know how long, but I have to do it. I think you only get a certain amount of time. So I guess this is gonna be part 1. It's probably gonna be like 2 or 3 parts, but this won't be my first dream. My first real dream, because I'd seen the angel before when I was little. My mama had left us in the house by herself, and I was so scared. I was crying. I was so scared. I was under the cover, just scared of every sound, just scared. And when I looked, there was an angel standing right there. I think he had his arms folded for a minute, and I looked at him, and he reached over me. He reached up to me and put the covers over me. And I went instantly to sleep and woke up in the morning. It was morning time, and it was an angel. Because he had on regular clothes. He had on regular clothes, but he was like glowing a little bit. And he just came from nowhere. And then I was asleep. So something happened, and I know that's what happened. God sent the letter to calm my little baby soul and put me to sleep. But anyway, I was about 15. When I stomped the tape out, I was like 12. I was like 15. And I was still struggling with it. That month, and I'm still out of it. Every church, every Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday morning, we was there. Diddy Bop, 11 o'clock at night, we coming from we visiting every church. We going with the pastor to the visiting church, baby. My auntie with it, and she got us with her. Bless her soul, God. I know she got rubies and stuff. I told her, I know your crowd look good. But it's just about when God look at your crown, and he look at even though he looking at your deeds, when he looking at your crown, he just like, you love me back. That's all. And it don't represent how much. It just show how hard you work for God. It does. He rewards you he rewards you. So his rewards is rewards. Like, can't even describe it. So when I was like 15, I went to sleep. Before I went to sleep, I'm like, God, what you want to do? What you want me to do? If you trying to touch me, give me a sign. And I went to sleep. When I woke up, when I looked up, the picture of the background was dark. And I was standing in front of 2 buildings. And both of the buildings it was one big screen. It was like I was standing there. I can't describe it. It was the Twin Towers. But before I knew it, I was standing in front of them. I'm like, what is this? A picture, and down the middle of the screen, straight down the middle of the screen, it was split. And it was a moon, a building, same height, everything. It was like the same picture, just twice. Just like that. At nighttime, though, the background was dark, dark, dark. So, I just had something just dropping my spirit. But, so, the building on the left started falling down. And I'm like, what is that? And then before I got all the way down, the building on the right started falling down. And then I woke up. I'm like, what is that? What was that? It was something though. I was like, so, but the way how vivid it was, it would not leave my mind. So like I woke up, I went back to sleep. I woke up again. I started dreaming again. If it wasn't that night, it was like the next night. I mean, this was the time God was really like dropping them on me. So, right shortly after that, I dreamed I was standing in front of where I was living at then, 118 in Peoria. I was standing in front of the building, and I was standing in front of my building, and people had this. This is the dream that made me want to just bring the rest of the dreams out, because everybody was walking around bumping into each other. They had diamonds on their forehead. It was all color. Purple just stood out to me so much, lavender, and it was all kind of root, all types, shapes, sizes on their forehead, and they were just walking and bumping into each other. And I'm like, God, what is that? In my dream, he was like, the blind leading the blind, Monique. I mean, like, just talking to me like, basically, the blind leading the blind, they bumping into each other, they walking in darkness. And I'm like, dang. But I wasn't. I was standing right there. Like, I was like, what is wrong with them? Like, they bumping into each other. Like, can't they see me? But now, that dream was that dream. Now I'm going to fast forward. I was like 15. I was like 18 years old. I had a baby back then, and I was living with his daddy. And I've been drinking all night or whatever. And I heard something in my sleep. The Twin Towers have been hit. My eyes popped open. Don't know how. I had a baby, and I had been drinking till like 3, 4 in the morning. So, and this was like, the news used to come on from Chicago, 8, 9, whatever you at, 8, 9 in the morning, 7, 8, whenever they hit the Twin Tower, like a 9 something. I don't know the exact time, but I know the exact date. It was 9/11, the day before my birthday. Right. So I'm like, and I'm in front of the TV like, and they like, the twin. And then when I got there, they was like, oh, the other one has been hit. And then I got to watch my dream in full flow. When I got to the TV, this one was already hit and it was going down already. Then this one would start falling. I'm like, oh my God. And that was, when that happened, when the Twin Towers got hit, it was 2001. Okay. That messed me up, because I'm like, oh my God, that's my dream. So if that was gonna come true, everyone that looked at and felt like that gonna come true. And that I know. And I started watching them. One time I was at my kid's daddy's house. This was after the dreams. After those dreams and that TV and 9/11. I'm in the bed. I'm having a dream that, for one, I'm dreaming that Russia is over here. Like, Russia is over here, and I'm running for my life. I'm by myself. And I used to live on 47th and Wabash with my grandma in the Rosen Walls. And in my dream, that's why I ran to, and I opened the door. It was like a door to the building. I pulled it open, and when I looked in the inside, it was like a circle project, like 3 stories all around, but it was one way in and one way out. So when I pulled the door open, I looked in, and all in the area, the open area, was bodies. They was on sticks, whole bodies on sticks, whole bodies. And when I looked at the guards that was guarding the bodies, they had beards, and you know how Russians look with them thick beards, and some kept telling me, like, those are Russians. They came on the U.S. soil. I'm like, never. I was crying. I woke up. I called my granddaddy. I'm like, Granddaddy, they coming over. My granddaddy was still alive. I'm like, Granddaddy, they coming over. He, calm down, baby, calm down. I mean, it had got to a point where I was like, God, please, can you stop the dreams? Because I was scared. Every little thing had me, I'm home, he back. He back. And I was having dreams, he was coming back, and I'm like, God, I ain't ready. It was like, it was crazy. That was a crazy time in my life. That was a crazy time in my life. But I was like when them dreams and all that, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. But all I knew was getting me ready for what's going on now. Because every dream that I ever had got something to do with right now. Everywhere I ever felt got something to do with right now. And I mean, God just want us to, if people ask me to go into detail about the dreams on an individual note, I will. I just want to get that off my chest because I've been holding in so long. I've just been ready to tell. I just didn't know when. And when Lil Uzi Vert did that the other day, put that diamond in his forehead, then he got on Instagram and had it running, the blood running down his face like that. He looked like a straight up devil worshiper. Like they not even hiding it no more. They coming through, getting you to sign your life on all the rappers. All the rappers are dying. And they using other rappers to kill them. Just like all the black men are dying, they using other black men to do it. They don't do their dirty work. Talking about robbery, they robbing us of our black men and our money and our happiness, our education. Man, if it ain't white, it ain't right. Because I'm not racist. I'm just not blind either. I'm in school right now. Yep. A science degree. Yep. In childhood development and psychology. And that don't mean nothing. That's just a lot of words for I could see the hurt in you. What's wrong? How can I get you to let me in so I can help you? That's all that is. For people that like me. Now, I don't know what they're doing with the dark psychology. I don't know. I don't know if there's such thing called that. I'm not for sure, but I don't know. I want you to hit the like button and subscribe and comment and do all the things that, you know, if y'all want to go into details, I don't mind. It just, God is so good to me. I got testimonies and everything. I'm going to start writing my stuff now. I brought me a book and everything to write it down in. And I made some more videos, but I was crying. And this was months ago. I've been trying to do it without crying. That's why I had to light off at first and everything. I don't know how I'm going to react to anything anymore because I'm reacting to everything differently now. Way more better. Way in some areas. I don't know. I feel like I'm handling things differently. So different is better. Change is always good. But anyway, y'all have a blessed morning.